5 most iconic World Cup goals. If there is one thing that makes World Cups memorable, it has to be the iconic goals it produces every 4 years. These goals have stood the test of time and remain relevant in every football fan's memory to date. So, what are the 5 most iconic World Cup goals ever scored? Let us have our say.
Ronaldo. Oh, genius! Absolute genius! Would you believe it?
5. Robin van Persie versus Spain. What other goal could it be in recent times to start us off? After the disappointment of losing the World Cup final to Spain, the Dutch came to the 2014 edition with the spirit of revenge. And surely they did get some and more. Daley Blind executed the most majestic long ball for Robin van Persie. The Dutch forward acrobatically headed the ball on the first attempt to catch Iker Casillas by surprise.
Oh, the header! Oh my word! Van Persie with an absolute stunner!
The floodgates opened after this equaliser as the Netherlands finished the match with an astonishing 5-1 scoreline. 4. Cristiano Ronaldo versus Spain. Spain versus Portugal fixture in the 2018 World Cup was one of the matches of the tournament. And there was one certain Portuguese who rose to the occasion. Spain was leading 3-2 in the 90th minute before Cristiano Ronaldo had a free kick opportunity just outside the box. Taking a few deep breaths, he knew that it was an important moment in the context of the group stage. He took the shot that dipped into the top right corner to leave David De Gea stranded.
Genius! Would you believe it? It's an exquisite free kick. Exemplary. Perfection.
It was his first World Cup hat-trick and a World Cup for the world to remember him by. 3. Geoff Hurst versus West Germany. 1966 is the only time England lifted the world crown. In a truly iconic final at Wembley, England edged West Germany in extra time, featuring a truly controversial yet iconic World Cup goal. The game was set up perfectly at 2-2, with the first ever World Cup final going to extra time. So, as Geoff Hurst went through and launched a shot from the right side, it hit the bar and bounced down before the keeper collected it. Was it a goal, or was it not? No one knows to this day. But the Swiss referee decided that it had crossed the line and awarded Geoff Hurst a goal that would prove to be a talking point for decades to come. A starting point, perhaps, for the advent of technology in the beautiful game.
Come on, it hits the crossbar. It's got to be all over the line. The only shot that we've seen, which Oxford University have simulated, shows it wasn't all over the line. So how do you react to that?
Well, how I react is to tell you how I felt at the time.
Yeah.
I've only been inside a couple of games. We're in the World Cup final at Wembley. It's 2-2. The ball hits the crossbar, it comes down the line. You want to believe, I wanted to believe more than anything in my life, that ball was over. And that power of belief is really what I've said over these years. I agree, nothing's ever proved conclusively that the ball was over the line, but the power of my belief has always believed it was in.
2. Diego Maradona versus England. Diego Maradona is one of the greatest football players in history. And the match against England in 1986 saw the best and the worst side of him. It featured 2 goals that could have made this list for their iconic status. Firstly, he scored the goal by his hand, which many claim was the hand of God. As the English media were quick to identify the controversy, what happened after, it was sheer genius. He picked the ball in his own half and went past heaps of English defenders with ease. He glided and danced with the whole world in awe. Despite the best efforts of Terry Butcher and Peter Shilton, it came to no avail, as the Argentine was simply unstoppable. He dodged the goalkeeper before putting the ball in the empty net. this goal is considered not just the greatest goal in World Cup history, but perhaps the greatest goal ever scored. 1. Carlos Alberto versus Italy. The 1970s Brazil is regarded as one of the greatest teams of all time. Facing a resolute Italian defence, the Brazilian side thumped them 4-1 to win the world title, and their most empathetic goal was the fourth one. After a threatening Italian attack, Tostão received the ball. After combining with players around him, he found Clodoaldo. After receiving the ball, Clodoaldo went past 3 defenders before passing it to Rivellino, whose long pass found Jairzinho. Jairzinho cut inside from the right, found Pele on the edge of the box, who held his breath and his pass, and at the perfect moment released Carlos Alberto to finish a thumping World Cup goal that remains the most iconic World Cup goal ever scored. Final word. Did we miss any other iconic goal? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe to our channel for more unique football content.